At 68, Martha never imagined that a simple misstep on her garden path could leave her with a fractured wrist. The truth? After 65, our bones quietly lose density, making everyday accidents riskier. But what if 3 simple fruits, found in most grocery stores, could help reverse that process and even slow the clock on aging? As the years pass, our bodies change in ways we can't always see. For many, bone health is one of those silent shifts. You don't feel your bones getting lighter, and you don't hear the quiet loss of density happening beneath the surface. But over time, these small, unseen changes can add up to a greater risk of fractures, slower healing, and the fear that a simple stumble could lead to weeks or even months of recovery. For women, this shift often accelerates after menopause, when estrogen levels drop and the natural balance between bone breakdown and bone building tilts in the wrong direction. Men experience their own gradual decline in testosterone and other hormones that help keep bones strong. By the time we reach our mid-60s, bone mass loss can become a significant concern, and for some, it has already been quietly progressing for decades. Strong bones aren't just about avoiding fractures. They are the framework that supports everything we do, from walking up the stairs and bending down to pick up a grandchild, to keeping our balance on uneven ground. When our bones weaken, so does our confidence in moving freely. And once that confidence slips, we often move less, which only speeds up the cycle of weakness. The good news is that while bone density naturally declines with age, the process can be slowed, and in some cases, partially reversed through the right nutrition and lifestyle choices. Research shows that certain fruits contain exactly the nutrients and compounds our bones crave: vitamins that boost collagen production, minerals that lock into the bone matrix, and antioxidants that protect bone cells from damage. These aren't exotic or hard-to-find foods. In fact, you'll likely recognize all 3 fruits we'll explore in this series. They're often sitting right there in your grocery store's produce section, familiar, affordable, and easy to enjoy every day. When eaten consistently, they can help strengthen bones, improve joint health, and provide the added benefit of supporting skin, muscles, and overall vitality. Of course, these fruits work best when they're part of a broader plan. A bone-friendly lifestyle also includes weight-bearing exercises, like walking, gentle resistance training, or even dancing, and ensuring you get enough vitamin D, either through safe sun exposure or supplementation. Adequate protein, healthy fats, and hydration also play important roles in keeping bones resilient. The journey to stronger bones after 65 isn't about complicated diets or expensive treatments. It's about making small, consistent changes that build on each other over time. And it starts with understanding what's already within your reach. George, at 72, had a sweet tooth that often pulled him toward the cookie jar around mid-morning. It was a small indulgence he justified as harmless. But when his doctor mentioned his bone density, skin showed mild thinning, George decided to make a simple swap, trading his cookie for a fresh, juicy orange each day. At first, it felt like a minor change, but within a few months, he noticed fewer joint aches, more energy during his walks, and even better digestion. The bright, tangy orange is far more than a refreshing snack. It's one of nature's richest sources of vitamin C, a nutrient that plays a vital role in building and maintaining strong bones. Think of collagen as the scaffolding that gives bones their structure and flexibility. Without enough collagen, bones can become brittle, more prone to cracks and breaks. Vitamin C is essential for producing this collagen, knitting together the fibers that keep bones resilient. But the benefits don't stop there. Vitamin C also improves the body's ability to absorb calcium, the mineral most of us associate with bone health. Even if you're getting enough calcium from dairy, leafy greens, or supplements, your body can't use it effectively without adequate vitamin C. That's why adding an orange or 2 to your daily diet is like giving your bones both the tools and the materials they need to stay strong. In addition to vitamin C, oranges provide potassium, which helps neutralize acids that can leach calcium from the bones, and small amounts of magnesium, which supports bone mineralization. The combination of these nutrients makes the humble orange a powerful, everyday ally for skeletal health. For most people, eating the whole fruit is the best choice. Whole oranges provide fiber, which slows the release of sugar into the bloodstream and supports digestive health. A medium orange contains about 70 milligrams of vitamin C, close to the daily recommended intake for older adults. Freshly squeezed. Juice is another option, but it's easy to drink more than you realize, which can add unnecessary sugar to your diet. If you enjoy juice, keep portions to half a cup and pair it with a source of healthy fat or protein, like a handful of almonds, to help your body use the nutrients more effectively. The best time to enjoy an orange? Many seniors find a mid-morning or afternoon snack works well, keeping energy levels steady and providing a burst of hydration. You can also add orange segments to salads, blend them into smoothies, or use the zest in oatmeal for a subtle citrus lift. Point 1 caution. If you have diabetes or are watching your blood sugar, be mindful of portion sizes and opt for whole fruit over juice whenever possible. And if you take certain medications, like statins or blood pressure drugs, check with your doctor to ensure citrus is safe for you. Collagen is the framework, but bones also need the minerals that give them density and strength. In the next chapter, we'll meet a fruit that delivers exactly that and has the science to prove it can slow bone loss. Lillian had always thought of prunes as something her grandmother kept in a jar for digestive health, not as a food that could make a real difference in her bones. At 70, she was more focused on avoiding falls and keeping her independence than on changing her grocery list. That changed the day her doctor mentioned a surprising study. Postmenopausal women who ate prunes daily showed measurable improvements in bone markers, indicators that their bones were breaking down less quickly and staying stronger over time. Prunes, or dried plums, are far more than a natural remedy for regularity. They are rich in nutrients that directly support bone health. One of their key components is boron, a trace mineral that helps the body metabolize calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, all essential for building and maintaining bone. They also provide potassium, which helps neutralize acids in the body that can otherwise pull calcium from the bones. On top of that, prunes contain polyphenol, powerful plant compounds that act as antioxidants, reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which can contribute to bone loss as we age. The science behind prunes and bone health is compelling. Multiple studies, including research from Pennsylvania State University, have found that women who consumed around 5 to 6 prunes a day maintained better bone density in their hips and spines compared to those who didn't. The benefits seem to come from a combination of their mineral content and their ability to reduce bone resorption, the natural process of breaking down bone tissue. While bone breakdown is a normal part of the body's cycle, after 65 the balance often tips toward more breakdown than rebuilding. Prunes help nudge that balance back in a healthier direction. Incorporating prunes into your day is simple. You can enjoy them whole as a chewy, naturally sweet snack. Chop them into oatmeal or yogurt for breakfast, or blend them into a smoothie with spinach and almond milk for a nutrient boost. For most seniors, a serving of 5 to 6 prunes a day is enough to gain the benefits without adding too much sugar or fiber at once. A word of caution. Because prunes are high in natural fiber and sorbitol, eating too many at once can cause digestive upset or loose stools. If you're new to them, start with 2 or 3 a day and gradually increase over a week or 2. This allows your digestive system to adjust. And if you're managing blood sugar, remember that prunes are naturally sweet. Pairing them with a protein or healthy fat, like a handful of walnuts, can help slow sugar absorption. For Lillian, the change was gradual but noticeable. Within several months, her follow-up bone scan showed stable density, and she felt reassured knowing she was actively supporting her skeletal health with something so simple that we've now seen fruits that build collagen and slow bone breakdown. But the last fruit on our list goes even further. It doesn't just help your bones, it actively fights the aging process from the inside out. That's where we're heading next. Samuel was 69 when his daughter gifted him a blender for his birthday. At first, it sat unused on the counter. But one morning, she came over and made him a smoothie with a handful of blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. Samuel started having that berry mix with breakfast every day, and within weeks, he noticed something unexpected. He felt lighter and more energetic during his morning walks. His legs seemed to carry him with less effort, and his mood lifted too. The secret behind this change lies in one of the most colorful gifts nature offers: berries. Whether it's blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, or even tart cherries, these small fruits are packed with compounds that do more than just taste good. They're rich in antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins, which give berries their vibrant red, blue, and purple hues. These antioxidants help fight oxidative stress, a process that occurs when unstable molecules, called free radicals, damage our cells, including the ones that build and maintain our bones. Over time, oxidative stress can speed up both bone loss and visible signs of aging. Berries are also an excellent source of vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in bone metabolism by helping proteins bind calcium into the bone structure. They provide manganese, a trace mineral that supports the formation of bone cartilage and collagen, the flexible framework inside our bones. Together, these nutrients make berries a natural ally for keeping bones strong and youthful, while also supporting joint health and overall vitality. Adding berries to your diet can be simple and enjoyable. Fresh berries are wonderful when in season. Their flavor is at its peak, and they can be eaten as a snack, added to cereal, or tossed into salads. Frozen berries are a convenient year-round option. They're often picked at peak ripeness and retain most of their nutrients. You can blend them into smoothies, stir them into yogurt, or even heat them slightly to make a quick topping for oatmeal. Mixing varieties is a smart move. Each type of berry offers a unique profile of antioxidants and vitamins. Blueberries are especially rich in anthocyanins. Strawberries have more vitamin C, raspberries bring extra fiber, and blackberries offer a mix of both. By rotating or combining them, you give your body a wider range of bone protective compounds. A word of caution: berries can carry pesticide residues, especially strawberries, which consistently rank high on most sprayed lists. If possible, choose organic berries, or wash them thoroughly in a solution of water and a splash of vinegar before eating. Also, if you're managing blood sugar, keep portion sizes moderate and pair berries with protein or healthy fat to balance glucose levels. For Samuel, that morning smoothie became a daily ritual he looked forward to. Not only did it make breakfast more colorful, but it also gave him a sense of actively investing in his health. That we've now met 3 fruits that protect, strengthen, and rejuvenate bones. But the real magic happens when they work together. And in the next chapter, we'll explore exactly how to combine them for maximum impact. It's one thing to know the benefits of oranges, prunes, and berries individually, but the real magic happens when they become part of the same daily rhythm. Much like an orchestra, each fruit brings its own instrument to the symphony of bone health. Alone, they're powerful. Together, they create a harmony that supports not just stronger bones, but a healthier, more energetic you. Here's why. The vitamin C in oranges doesn't just boost collagen production. It also enhances calcium absorption, making every bit of calcium you get from food more available to your bones. Prunes step in with boron and potassium, which help keep calcium where it belongs, in your bones, while counteracting the calcium-draining effects of a high-sodium diet. Then come the berries, rich in antioxidants like anthocyanins and vitamin K, shielding bone-building cells from oxidative stress while aiding the process of binding calcium into the bone structure itself. When these nutrients work together, they form a kind of nutritional safety net. The vitamin C makes sure calcium gets in. The potassium ensures it stays put. And the antioxidants protect the very cells that are responsible for building and maintaining your bone tissue. It's a cycle of support that works best when all 3 elements are present. One of the simplest ways to ensure you get all 3 is to weave them naturally into your weekly meals. For breakfast, you might start with a bowl of steel-cut oats topped with a handful of mixed berries and a few sliced prunes, with a small glass of fresh orange juice or a peeled orange on the side. At lunch, a spinach salad with orange segments, walnuts, and a light vinaigrette can deliver both flavor and function. For an afternoon snack, a smoothie made with frozen berries, half a banana, a splash of orange juice, and a prune or 2 blended in for natural sweetness can be refreshing and bone-friendly. Even desserts can be part of the plan. Imagine baked apples stuffed with chopped prunes and a sprinkle of cinnamon, served with a side of fresh berries. You're indulging your sweet tooth while still feeding your bones exactly what they need. If you prefer a more structured approach, you could designate certain days for each fruit as the star, while still including small amounts of the others. For example, Orange Mondays with citrus-heavy meals, Prune Wednesdays with savory dishes like roasted vegetables tossed with chopped prunes, and Berry Fridays, where berries take center stage in snacks and salads. This keeps Variety in your diet while ensuring steady nutrient support. Point 1 Note of caution. While these fruits are naturally healthy, balance is key. Too much fruit at once can mean too much natural sugar, especially for those managing blood glucose levels. Keep portions reasonable and pair fruit with protein or healthy fats to stabilize energy. By blending these fruits into your week, you're giving your bones the best of all worlds: collagen builders, mineral protectors, and cell defenders. But food is only part of the story. In the next chapter, we'll explore the lifestyle habits that can take these benefits even further, helping you turn strong nutrition into lasting bone strength. Helen was 75 when her doctor delivered news she didn't expect. Her latest bone scan showed a slight improvement. This was unusual at her age, when most scans reveal gradual loss. What had she done differently? For 6 months, Helen had been committed to her new daily fruit habit: oranges in the morning, a few prunes after lunch, and berries in the evening. But she had also made one other change. She joined a small fitness group at her local community center, doing light resistance training twice a week. Nutrition provides the raw materials for strong bones, but movement is what tells your body to use them. Without the signal that your bones are needed for support, your body won't prioritize rebuilding them, no matter how much calcium, vitamin C, or antioxidants you consume. That's why weight-bearing exercises are so powerful. They create gentle stress on bones, encouraging them to adapt and grow stronger. Weight-bearing doesn't have to mean heavy lifting at the gym. It can be as simple as walking, climbing stairs, light hiking, or even dancing. These activities use your own body weight to challenge bones and muscles. For those who enjoy structured workouts, light dumbbells or resistance bands can add just enough load to stimulate bone building without risking injury. Balance training is another crucial element. Strong bones mean little if a fall leads to a fracture. Simple practices like standing on one leg while holding onto a chair, heel-to-toe walking across the room, or gentle Tai Chi can improve stability and coordination. Over time, these exercises train your muscles and brain to work together, reducing the likelihood of trips and stumbles. Stretching also plays a role in bone health, though indirectly. Flexible muscles help maintain proper posture, reducing uneven strain on bones and joints. Gentle stretches for the hips, hamstrings, chest, and back can keep you moving comfortably and make weight-bearing exercise safer and more effective. For beginners or those with limited mobility, the key is to start small and build gradually. If standing exercises are difficult, seated resistance band routines can still provide muscle and bone stimulation. Even 2 or 3 minutes of movement every hour adds up over the day. What matters most is consistency. Small, regular sessions are more beneficial than one long, exhausting workout that leaves you sore and discouraged. If you have osteoporosis, arthritis, or a history of fractures, speak with your doctor or a physical therapist before starting new exercises. They can help design a safe program that challenges your bones without putting them at risk. And remember, pain is never the goal. A mild sense of effort and light muscle fatigue is enough to encourage bone strength. Helen's story shows the power of combining good nutrition with smart movement. Her improved bone scan wasn't just the result of better eating or exercise alone. It was the synergy between the two. Of course, even the most balanced diet and exercise plan can falter if one key nutrient is missing, a nutrient that works quietly in the background to make all your bone-building efforts pay off. That's what we'll explore next. Frank was 78 when his doctor gave him a piece of advice that changed everything. You're doing great with your diet and exercise, but you're missing the spark that makes it all work: vitamin D. Frank had been eating his oranges, prunes, and berries faithfully, and he walked daily, but his blood tests showed low vitamin D levels. So he added a simple habit: spending 15 minutes each morning in the gentle sunlight during his walk. Within months, his energy improved, his balance felt steadier, and his follow-up scan showed his bone health had stopped declining. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, and for good reason. While some foods contain it, our skin can produce vitamin D naturally when exposed to sunlight. This vitamin plays a central role in calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't fully absorb the calcium you get from food, no matter how much you consume. It also helps with bone remodeling, the ongoing process of replacing old bone tissue with new, strong tissue. Without it, Bones can become weak, brittle, and more prone to fractures. How much sunlight is enough? For most people, 10 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure on the face, arms, or legs a few times a week can help maintain healthy vitamin D levels. However, the amount varies depending on skin tone, location, season, and even age. As we grow older, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D. For those living in colder climates or who spend little time outdoors, food sources and supplements become even more important. You can find vitamin D in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as in fortified foods such as milk, plant-based milks, cereals, and some yogurts. Egg yolks also provide a small boost. Still, many seniors find it challenging to get enough vitamin D from food alone, making supplementation a common and safe option when guided by a doctor. When it comes to supplements, vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, is generally considered more effective than D2, ergocalciferol, at raising and maintaining blood levels. The recommended daily allowance for adults over 70 is about 800 IU, but some people may need more based on individual needs and blood test results. The safest approach is to check your levels with a simple blood test and follow your healthcare provider's dosage recommendations. Too much vitamin D can cause problems such as high calcium levels and kidney issues. For Frank, the combination of safe sunlight exposure and a small daily supplement brought his vitamin D back into the optimal range. The change wasn't dramatic overnight, but over time, he noticed he could walk longer without fatigue, and the constant ache in his lower back had eased. Getting enough vitamin D is like turning on the lights in a room. It allows all the other elements of your bone health plan to work as they should. But even with all the right nutrients in place, there are habits and hidden dietary choices that can quietly chip away at your bone strength. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the things you may need to avoid to protect the progress you've made. Alice had always prided herself on eating fairly well. She cooked most of her meals, included vegetables on her plate, and enjoyed the fruits we've been talking about. But one day, while reviewing her habits with her doctor, she mentioned something that seemed harmless: a can or two of cola every afternoon. Her doctor paused and explained that this simple daily habit might be quietly stealing strength from her bones. Many of us focus on what to add to our diets for bone health, but it's just as important to know what to limit. Certain ingredients in common foods and drinks can actually accelerate the loss of calcium from bones, undoing some of the progress made by healthy eating and exercise. One culprit is excessive sodium. While our bodies need a small amount of salt, too much can cause the kidneys to excrete more calcium in urine. Over time, this constant calcium drain can weaken bones. Highly processed foods, canned soups, packaged snacks, frozen meals, often pack in far more sodium than we realize. Another factor is caffeine. Moderate coffee or tea consumption is generally fine, but excessive caffeine can slightly reduce calcium absorption. The effect is more pronounced if calcium intake is already low. This doesn't mean you have to give up your morning coffee, but balance it with calcium-rich foods and stay within recommended limits. About 400 milligrams of caffeine per day for most adults, which is roughly 3 to 4 small cups of coffee. Then there's phosphoric acid, found in many dark-colored sodas. In high amounts, it can throw off the delicate balance of calcium and phosphorus in the body, tipping the scale toward bone breakdown. Combined with caffeine and sugar, it creates a triple threat to bone strength. The good news is there are easy swaps that protect your bones without sacrificing flavor. For sodium, look for low sodium or no salt added versions of your favorite canned goods, and season food with herbs, spices, and citrus instead of just salt. For caffeine, try alternating coffee with herbal teas or chicory-based coffee alternatives. And if soda is your go-to, replace it with sparkling water flavored with a splash of real fruit juice or slices of citrus and berries. It's also worth remembering that certain habits, like heavy alcohol consumption and smoking, can harm bone health too. Both interfere with the body's ability to build and maintain bone tissue. If either is part of your routine, reducing or quitting entirely can yield noticeable improvements over time. For Alice, switching her daily sodas for sparkling water with lemon felt like a small step, but within months, she noticed fewer afternoon energy crashes and a greater sense of control over her health. Knowing she was no longer undermining her hard work made every healthy choice feel more meaningful. Now that we've covered what to avoid, it's time to put all the pieces together. In the next chapter, we'll step back into your kitchen and map out a simple, balanced plan that blends these bone-friendly fruits, smart movement, and supportive habits into a routine you can follow for life. Sometimes the hardest part of making a change isn't knowing what to do. It's figuring out how to fit it into your everyday life. After all, even the best nutrition advice won't help if it feels too complicated or unrealistic. That's why I've put together a simple, flexible 7-day plan that brings together our 3 bone-friendly fruits, balanced meals, and light, enjoyable exercise. This isn't a rigid diet. It's a gentle framework you can adapt to your tastes, routines, and any dietary needs you have. The goal is to nourish your bones while keeping your days flavorful, satisfying, and active. Morning routine: start your day with hydration. A glass of water or warm lemon water to wake up your system. For breakfast, rotate between these options. Oatmeal topped with blueberries and raspberries, whole grain toast with almond butter and orange slices, or a smoothie with spinach, frozen mixed berries, a prune or two for natural sweetness, and a splash of fortified plant-based milk for calcium. Pair breakfast with 10 to 15 minutes of gentle movement, like a short walk or light stretching. Midday boost: lunch is a chance to blend fresh produce with protein and healthy fats. Try a spinach salad with grilled chicken, orange segments, walnuts, and a light vinaigrette. Another day, enjoy a vegetable soup with a side of whole grain crackers and a cup of mixed berries. If you prefer sandwiches, use whole grain bread, lean protein, and add sliced prunes to a small side salad for sweetness and bone-supporting minerals. After lunch, aim for a bit of movement, maybe a few minutes of balance practice, like standing on one leg while holding a counter, or a slow walk around your home or garden. Afternoon snack: this is the perfect time for a handful of almonds and a small bowl of fresh berries, or a single-serving yogurt, preferably calcium fortified, with chopped prunes mixed in. Keep snacks light, yet nutrient-dense to avoid evening sluggishness. Evening nourishment: dinner should be satisfying but not heavy. Examples include baked salmon with roasted vegetables and a side salad with orange slices, or a vegetable stir-fry. Over brown rice with prunes sautéed alongside the veggies for a savory sweet twist. Include calcium-rich foods like dairy, tofu, or fortified alternatives. After dinner, a 10-minute stroll can aid digestion and gently load your bones with weight-bearing movement. End the evening with a calming herbal tea and, if desired, a small dessert of fresh berries with a drizzle of dark chocolate, rich in antioxidants for overall cell health. Flexibility is key. Feel free to swap meal components, adjust portion sizes, and repeat your favorites. If you have dietary restrictions, simply replace foods with equivalents that provide similar nutrients. The aim is consistency, not perfection. Making these choices most days will gradually strengthen your bones and improve your overall well-being. When you follow this plan, you're not just eating for bone health. You're creating a rhythm that supports your body daily. And when these habits take root, the changes can be inspiring. In the next chapter, we'll share the real-life stories of seniors who put this plan into action and saw their independence, mobility, and confidence grow in ways they never thought possible. When Margaret, 74, first heard about the 3 bone-friendly fruits, she was skeptical. Her knees ached, her balance felt shaky, and she'd stopped joining her friends for their weekend nature walks. But she decided to give it a try, adding oranges to her breakfast, prunes to her afternoon snack, and a handful of berries to her evening yogurt. 6 months later, she wasn't just walking with her friends again. She was leading the group up hills she used to avoid. Then there's Robert, 79, who'd been told by his doctor that his bone density was slipping into the danger zone. He committed to small daily changes: a berry smoothie in the morning, 2 prunes before lunch, and orange slices in his evening salad. He paired this with twice-weekly resistance exercises and short daily walks. At his next checkup, his bone skin had stabilized, and his doctor told him, "You're stronger than you were last year." Robert said the best part wasn't the scan. It was the confidence he felt when lifting his great-grandson without fear of hurting himself. Lydia, 81, didn't think she had the discipline to make big changes. So she started small, swapping her afternoon cookie for prunes and berries, stretching for 5 minutes after breakfast, and standing in the sun for 10 minutes while watering her plants. Over time, she noticed something subtle but powerful: fewer aches in her hips, more stability when she turned quickly, and a new willingness to say yes when friends invited her on outings. These stories have a common thread. None of these seniors made drastic changes overnight. Instead, they built simple, consistent habits. They embraced the idea that strong bones are not just about calcium tablets or occasional exercise. They are the result of daily choices that feed, challenge, and protect the body. That it comes down to three key principles. Nourish your bones daily. Include fruits like oranges, prunes, and berries, along with other nutrient-rich foods, to supply the building blocks for bone strength. Keep moving. Weight-bearing exercises, balance training, and gentle stretching signal your body to keep bones strong and responsive. Protect your progress. Avoid excessive sodium, sugary sodas, and other hidden bone thieves that can quietly undo your hard work. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require perfection. If you miss a day or two, you simply start again. Your bones respond to the pattern you set over months and years, not just to a single meal or workout. So as you close this chapter, think about where you want your body to take you in the years ahead, whether it's walking along the beach, tending your garden, traveling with loved ones, or simply getting out of bed each morning without stiffness or fear. Your bones have carried you through every moment of your life so far. With care, consistency, and the right fuel, they can carry you for many more years, strong, steady, and ready for whatever adventures lie ahead. And the first step? It's as simple as adding 3 powerful fruits to your plate today.